Have you ever wondered how you can get hold of budget journal supplies? Stick around and I'll show you how I find them. Hello everyone, I'm Caroline and today I'm going to talk to you about budget art supplies for using in your journals. Now you can use any amount or spend any amount of money you want to on your journals. I'll show you, I've just got two examples here. Now this journal was made from second-hand supplies, a few new supplies. I've got some pictures and things in here, lots of lace. And so this was a reasonable cost. It wasn't expensive, but it did cost me some money. You can go the other end of the scale. I put that over there and show you this one. This is one I made on holidays. I found the book. It was washed up on the beach, so I dried it out. And then I just found bits and pieces from my holiday. I had one magazine I'd taken with me and a few little clippets from a patchwork magazine, and that was it. I've got parking tickets. These are all cardboard boxes from the food that we were eating, some shells from the beach. I drew a castle. So this was very, very reasonable to make. I suppose you have to take into consideration the paint and a few stickers, but these aren't stickers. They're cut out of that old magazine. And the tags, you can see bits of patchwork stuck onto, well, I haven't even backed that one. You can see it's a bit of packaging from something we ate, probably a pizza. And it just goes on and on with just, there you are, there's the remains of our Cadbury's Buttons Easter eggs. I decided to make a journaling page with those. There's the packaging of our McDonald's, my wellies. I'd had new wellies. So you can make a journal out of anything. If you don't want to spend a lot of money, you really haven't got to. But if you don't mind spending a bit of money, but you don't want to spend a lot, which is quite understandable, then there are ways to get cheap and budget journaling supplies. And this is, I find a lot of them at charity shops, or if you're American, thrift stores. But where do you start? You can't go into the thrift store and look for the section that's marked journaling supplies. You're not going to find anything. They don't do that. You've got to use your imagination. You've got to try to look at things a little bit laterally and see what you can come up with. Now, the first thing you can do is go to the craft area. This is the easy peasy bit. Look for the section marked craft and see what you find. I'll show you a few of the sort of things that I find. Got a pile. I've divided everything into piles. Ooh, it's a bit noisy and clattery. So these are things, I've found in the craft section. I'll show you some prices. Like I've got, this was 20p. It's a little silicone stamp of a bouquet of flowers. And we've got, this is a poppy and an amaryllis. I'm not quite sure which way up this goes, but that was 50p. And then I can't find a price on this one. I think this one was £1. There's some roses. And I've got a little tag. And this one, as you can see, was £1 with a patchwork heart on it. This was £1 and it's a lot of scrolly bits. Ooh, you can see the mister on of my light again. Ooh. I got this one. Now, this was a bit more expensive. This was £2, but for such a big stamp, I think that is a budget price. So I was happy to pay that, but very rarely would I pay £2 for something in a charity shop. It has to really impress me. Then these were 50p. I've got some Dovecraft Premium Pigment Ink Pads, non-toxic, acid-free, child-safe in cocoa brown, and another one here in crystal white. Never opened. Brilliant. And we got a few more stamps here that I got. They got this stencil was 75p. I pull it out of the bag. You can see, whoops, everything's falling over. It's not very easy to see, is it, with all these lines, but it gives you the idea. A plastic stencil, and this is another stencil. Now then, I'll have to backtrack on this one because this somehow got in here, and this was from the reduced section in the range. So this was supposed to have been £1.99, then £1.19, then 89p. As you can see, I love a bargain. And there are 5 stencils in there, but they didn't come from the charity shop. So we'll put those out of the way quickly, pretend you never saw those. Right, so that was easy, wasn't it? But what other departments can you look in if you want to find yourself some reasonably priced journaling materials? Well, another place you can do and go to is head over to the children's section. And I've got a few things here, not much from the children's section at the moment, but I got this old colouring book, very old. You can see by the, if I move those in case my focus is off, you can see the very old edging on this. I've used some of it. There's a picture of a bugle, a tennis racket, and on the back, if you wanted to just use some nice old looking paper, perfect. But I prefer to use these in some way using the pictures because I think they're nice. They look very vintage, don't they? I also got, I got today, a Christmas anthology. Now this was just, they reduced the books to 4 for £1 because nobody wants them. I thought, that's bound to have some images in I can use for a Christmas journal. But when you open it right away, look at this beautiful paper here. You could even cut this plate out and put it in the front of your journal, and then you'd have a nameplate too. And then just looking through, you've got lots of lovely pictures. You can either use the whole thing or cut them into tag sizes. But another thing you can do with a book like this, if it's got nice, crisp, clear writing like this, is you can get yourself some sentiments out of there. Now, I should really have marked these and then you could have seen some really interesting sentiments. But it's not really suitable. I don't suppose that everybody had something. You could put that in for some reason if you wanted to. But you've got How the Cat Kept Christmas. You can cut out the word Christmas. You can ink the edges. And you've got yourself the little set Christmas word that you can stick onto a cluster or something like that. I've also got some hymn words, more pictures. This is the Snow Queen apparently. And our roses bloom and fade away, our infant Lord abides alway. May we be blessed, his face to see, and ever little children be. There's a wealth of products and ideas and supplies in here, and also you can just use some of the pages to make pages and tags from, or even use them just to glue on top of to save your work surface. So that 25p, yeah, that's an awful lot of paper real estate there for 25p. Moving on, I found this. I'm getting a bit cluttered here, pop that there. Excuse me. Guess how much I paid for this? £1. Now, I didn't want to go buying a lot of Christmas things this year because I didn't want them all hanging around till next year, filling up my room and not getting used. But I saw these for £1 and I thought, well, there are so many little bits I can use. We've got the reindeer head and a red nose. And turn these over. You've got bits of snowman, so I can assemble the snowman. Or I could draw a snowman and then just stick the hat on the top. You've got Santa, Christmas trees, sleigh, gingerbread men, all for £1. There is a lot of entertainment there, lots of pieces when I pop all these out. Can you imagine how much you'd have to pay if you had these popped out, put in a little bag with a fancy tag on the top by some big brand? Probably £5, £6, £7 worth. I had them for £1. So check out the children's department. But that's not all. Have you thought of heading over to the haberdashery department? Let's have a look what I got. Ooh, all falling in the haberdashery department. I've got everything piled up in piles and my room is in a bit of a mess. There we go. I can sort it all out once I've done this video and put it all away. I got these in haberdashery department. This is 3 metres. I paid £1 for it. And it's got Enjoy Your Life. And you've got the 4 Seasons with Sunbonnet Sue. So that's for £1. Brilliant. Which way up is it? That way. And I can either use this as little tags on the edge of pages, or I can stick it in as a bit of ribbon down the side. The possibilities are just endless. I've also got 50p for 2 coloured laces. Let's take them out. I can never figure out how to open these bags. No idea. Ah, wait a minute. No, I think this is going to be a scissor job. Whoops. Very clattery today. I'm in a very noisy mood. We pull these out. And there we have some blue lace and some salmon lace. Very pretty. I haven't got a piece of very posh paper, but I do have this, so we'll use that. There you can see the colours there. Also, I got some lemon, and I think we'll cut this straight away rather than drive you bonkers trying to watch me open it. Very frustrating. And if sometimes it just comes rolled in a scruffy bowl, sometimes they've made the effort and put them on cards. But look at that. That's such a pretty lemon colour. I love that. But you can also get unusual lace. Now, I would never have chosen to buy this, but because it was so cheap, it wasn't full price. At the end there, hopefully I haven't cut the lace. I thought, well, I'll try this because it looks really interesting. And if you see there's like 2 layers, so I don't know whether I can cut this. It's going to be very fiddly, or whether I can fold it, or whether I can just use it full depth like that. I'll think about it, but I'm sure there's going to be, how much did I pay for this? 75p, and apparently there are 347 centimetres there. So almost 3.5 metres. And the last of the lace, we've got this one, 50p. Open that up. And look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? That's 3 inches, do you think? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's about 3 inches deep, that piece of lace. I'm going to have hours of fun with that. And also it does, when you can have an idea of what you want to buy, but if you go into thrift stores or charity shops for your bargain supplies, you're going to come up with things that you maybe wouldn't have bought, but it really stretches your imagination and it gets all those creative juices flowing, and I think it does your brain good. I've got this bit of ribbon, which is 3 metres, cost me 50p. And this has all, I'm assuming they're Chinese symbols. They may be Japanese. I'm actually trying to learn Japanese at the moment. It's not going very well. So it's quite stiff, but I think that's going to be really decorative. And I do have some Chinese lady stamps, so I'm going to be making a Chinese or Oriental at least theme journal, and that will come in very handy. And finally, I got this. Now, I don't even know what this is. I don't know if it's yarn or edging. It's 260 centimetres, cost £1. Oh, it's nicer than I thought. It's not yarn. It's got a real substance to it. This is almost like wire. It's like very thick cord. Oh, now, I'm pleased I got that. That's much nicer than I imagined. Yep, I'm very happy with that. So I would never have gone and looked for this because I didn't even know it existed. But now I've got it, very reasonably priced, and it's something interesting to try. Right, so you've done the haberdashery and you're thinking, I could do with some more journaling supplies. I need some budget supplies. Where can I go? Go over to the kitchenware, homeware department. I'll show you what I got there. I got some serviettes. Now these are gossamer fine napkins for elegant dining. 20 napkins in here. If I open these up, these cost me 50p a pack. Get one out. Let's move those out of the way. That out of the way, and I'll show you this. Oh, this really is fine. Perfect for journaling. I can either put it on a page or I can put it like that on a page. And then I could use, if I put it there, I could actually get 4 different pages made from one sheet. So that is going to keep me very busy in my brain figuring out what to do with it. I also got these ones, which are paper napkins, trademark, made in Japan. 20 sheets again. Open them up. Oh, you can tell these are different to the 2 and 3 ply ones I'm used to. They feel so delicate and gorgeous. Look at that. Sweet peas. Oh, that is lovely. Again, it's amazing just how much paper you have on each sheet. It's going to more than do 1 page. And I can even cut out just little sections and put them on, collage them in. Very pretty. 50p. And these for 50p, which are my favourite colour. I think, no, I don't know, I thought they were poinsettias. How many eyes are in poinsettias, I think it is, isn't it? Let's open them up. Oh, very fine. I love these fine napkins. Put it over my white there. Oh. No, I think they're possibly Christmas roses, perhaps. I don't know. Do you know what they are? I think they're Christmas roses with gold edging out. 50p. So if you need some serviettes, check out the homewares department. And I also got, now this is enormous, this cost me £1. £1 for all this. It's vintage and they are recipe cards. So I'll move this there and I'll show you. I moved this one to the front just to show you as an example. If I was making a Christmas journal, honey angel cake, isn't that gorgeous? And on the back is the recipe. So I can put this just in as a journal card without doing anything to it. And there are others in here I can alter. We've got some, what's this? Savoury lamb and dumpling stew. But just the amount of real estate of card, again, I got here for £1. There are some blank ones that you can fill in. And then let's have a look. Party fair. Let's have a look. Oh, no, that is opened. This is brandy pennines and chocolate truffles. They actually look quite nice. So if I didn't want to use this, I can just, I could. I wouldn't use these, I don't think, because they're not thick enough. But I could put some paper over the top, turn them into journal cards, and then add some embellishments later. So for £1, you can't go wrong. It's the box, I suppose, could come in handy at some point. It's a bit cracked and tatty, but it doesn't mean it's no good for storage. And on the front, oh, look at that, there's a knife and a fork. So there, £1 spent, an awful lot of journaling fun hidden in that box. Right, I'm going to put this away and get out my next pile. So, down it goes. And the next pile is, it's in my little tub. Where did I get all this fabric? It's bits of old clothing. Now, quite often in the charity shops, they're trying to sell clothing and it gets put in the shop, then it gets reduced, and then it goes in the rubbish, please buy me section. And at that point, when it's ridiculously cheap, I buy it. So let's have a look what I got here. This is the lining off tully, is it they call it? A tulle, I think it is. And it's very stiff lace, and I'm having hours of fun with this. I've had so much of it. It was a bridesmaid's dress, and I had some blue. Just a second, I'll stand up. I'm still here. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm reaching up to my jars, and inside this were all these blue fabric petals. So I've got these too. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that many blue petals, but I popped them in my jar. I've got all jars of interesting things on my shelves. And I also got this and quite a lot of white satiny type. It's not silk, it's like a false silk material. And I paid £1 for that, I think it was. And I've got this. Now this little child's dress, this is the bottom section. And you could use this for lots of things. You can use it to cover a journal with a little frill on the bottom, or you could put it to cover a journal with a frill along the side. Cut this off. You can just cut that off and use that as some sort of braid. You can cut this bottom edge off. Lots of different things you can do with that. You can also cover tags. You've got some card. This is a bit big, I know, but you could make yourself a journaling card. Massive journaling card if you've got a massive journal. And I had this green dress. Now, this was really interesting. I'll get all the bits. Well, it's not all the bits. This was reduced to £1 and it had been completely shredded. I don't know if there are any of the shredded bits here. It looked like somebody had taken a carving knife to it. It was really in a mess. But from that dress, I got, it's very easy to tear this. This makes a really nice backing or addition to tags and pockets and pages. Get my white out and show you there. That's lovely. And if you tag it rather than cut it, it gives you this really rustic edge, which I think is wonderful. So I'm into I like my lace to look a little bit rough and ruffled if it's from a piece. It's different if it's like, this lace. I like that neat and tidy. But this sort of lace, I love to have it all torn rather than cut. And do that. Look at that edge. Oh, that, if lace could be delicious, then I would say that is delicious. Across there, making it smaller. And then, I don't think I've got anything. Right, so say I wanted to put that on there, which doesn't really go. And then I got somewhere a piece of paper there and a little flower. Look at that for a little cluster. And what makes it special is all this tatty edging. So keep your eye out for dresses and things that have been well reduced but have got lots of nice bits and pieces, lots of different textures, things like that. You don't have to go for just cotton. And this has also got, look at that. That is an absolutely beautiful lace. It's very three-dimensional. It's like this cord going all around. Now, it's a bit awkward when you cut it. It can fray, but that really doesn't matter. If you cut it carefully and then you glue the ends where you don't want it fraying, you'll be fine. And there was also, it was lined. Let's put that. Oh dear. There's so many things here. This, it was lined with, and I'm not sure if it's cotton or not. It's because it's quite almost crisp. So it could be like a crisp nylon-y type thing. I'm not sure what it is, but it is brilliant. And if you want to put it over, oh, I've got a bit of paper here, something like that, it just hides and puts an air of mystery onto any text or picture underneath. So that is very useful. Oh, excuse me. So we move that over there. I got, oh, that's jumped in here, bit of brown. Oh dear, I've got a cough again. It's all this talking I do, my voice gets very dry lately. I got this. This was an old sari type dress. I'm not sure if you called it a sari because it was made into a dress shape. It wasn't just a long piece, so I'm not sure. But it was in with all saris and things. I paid £2 for it, and then I dismantled it because nobody wanted it at £2, so I thought I'll have it. And just look at the amount I've got here, and this is just a part of it. I've got yards of it. And this is so beautiful. To go over something like that, it can turn a piece of card or a piece of paper into something magical. Look at that. It really does have an amazing impact when it's glued onto card. Also, let's have a look if I got a piece I can start tearing. Got my scissors here. Give it a tear. If I go along there and tear, there and tear, and the top needs it, well, we'll tear it there like that. Move my scissors out of the way, move this out of the way, and again you've got something that you can use as a little cluster. And it was been done before a few minutes ago, but you can put that sort of thing on there, or you could layer it with some of the green. And now that's starting to look really Christmassy. I wonder if that will go on as well. Ooh, that's looking very festive and full now, isn't it? Simple as that. And even if if you've got stains, give it a good wash. Don't use it when it's come straight from the charity shop, because it'll probably have a bit of a niff to it and you don't know it's clean. But once you've washed it, and it doesn't even matter if you shrink it when you wash it, because you're then working with just a shrunken material, some of which can be really interesting. So give it a wash, and if there's hardly any of it, you'll still manage to get lots of little offcuts like this. But I wouldn't mind betting, if you buy something, a dress, even a child's, a baby's dress, you'll end up with far more material than you thought. And moving those up there, I got this. Now this was, I think this was a top with a white like vest thing underneath. I don't think I got the full dress. I can't remember now. But look at that. That is such a sumptuous lace. I think you can see it better like that. It's already got pearls added to it. I've used loads of this. And you can cut off sections here, or you can just cut off the floral section. You can cut off some flowers there. Again, I've got to tear it. I love tearing lace. Where's my scissors gone? Let's tear this and show you. You can. Whoops, where did that come from? Give that a tear. And tear it up there. So we'll give that a tear down there as well, just for the fun of it. Ha-ha! And now, if I move this out of the way and bring our other little bits and pieces back in, I've now got an even bigger selection of things I can do. So you can put that at a different angle to that, and you've got there. Or we could put it on top of the red, or on top of the red and the green. And put same little bit of paper there and a flower there. Or you could just put a flower there. You could have like a selection of sheer fabrics that people could... The more interest you can add to your journal, the better. And look at that for adding interest. Completely different, all lace, but different textures, different colours, different types of decoration. And you could pin it together with a flower or a little clip. You could put a little stitch in there if you wanted to. Brilliant. So I love checking out the clothing department and going for all, if you want to, if you see something that's £10, you can buy it. It's not a problem. But why not check out the really, really cheap things? One, you're not taking anything off the shelves that somebody else may want to wear because the people are desperate to sell it. They, please buy this before we have to put it to rags. And you're getting a bargain. And I love a bargain. Right, the next department is going to be the jewellery department. Now, jewellery can be expensive, it can be reasonable. I'll bring this over here. And I've got all these bits and pieces. I'll put my scissors over there. I pull them out like that. I got this as a mixed bag. I can't remember how much I paid for this. I think I paid like £2 for it. Because most of the things in here are broken, but that doesn't matter. Like, as you can see, I think it was so knotted up, they were just glad to get rid of it. Poke that through there. Now, I'm not quite sure what I've got here because I haven't sorted this thoroughly, as you can tell. But we've got a few earrings, odd ones. I've got this. Oh, look at that. Where's my little piece of cardboard? Goes there. Isn't that pretty? And then we got something that looks like it's out of a game of Monopoly. Oh, Monopoly, Cluedo or something. Look at all the little beads on that. If you're going to make dangly bits, it's a right assortment, a proper mix. I think somebody's actually handmade it themselves from different necklaces and things. Lots of value there. And we got a cufflink. Now, I haven't come up with an idea for cufflinks yet. I'm thinking about it, but I'm thinking probably as some sort of closure. But I need to work on that. And then we got another cufflink. And what else have we got? What's this? This is a, Winnie the Pooh badge. And then there's this plastic. I think this is some sort of toy. Pretty sure it opened up. Yep, there we go. So there's something missing from the middle. I don't know what it is, but it's got, oops, there's a magnet or something in the bottom there. It's got all these beads that I can use. A little heart, JP, whatever JP is. Put that up there. And we've got another cufflink, which is a really weird one. It's got like fabric on, that's vintage. And, oh dear, everything's knotted up. Got. Now this, you can either use, you could use it as a bookmark in your journal. My journal is now buried, both journals are buried under a pile of bits and pieces, so I can't show you. But you can use that, or you can hang it, put it on the edge as a dangle on the edge of your spine. Or you can even, if you wanted to, if you got a snippet roll, we'll pretend this is a snippet roll. Okay, so this is a snippet roll. I've done this before. If you fix a necklace like this either side with some stitching, it's got a really lovely dangle to it. I think it really makes your snippet roll look sumptuous. You can even stitch there and then stitch there and stitch there and have it dangling all the way along a snippet roll. But that has to be a snippet roll that you're not going to actually snip. Although it comes from Snippet Roll because it's lots of offcut snips, but I like to make a big long roll and then cut off bits as I want them and need them for belly bands or whatever. But you'd have to leave that as one long one if you put the whole thing on, because you couldn't cut the... I suppose you could cut some of it off and then put a natural break and then sew some more on. Ooh, no grotty bits in the bottom of that. I'll have to clean my side. We've got broken earrings. We've got some rings in here. Have a look. We've got that, which nothing written in it. I think it's just a sort of play ring, and that too. Oh, there's a dolphin with an eye bead. Interesting, as you do. Not quite sure why a dolphin is swimming around an eye. This is lovely. And I don't think it has any stones missing either. Ooh, well that's my £2 or £2.50 there, isn't it? But we got, they are links from a watch. We got some zebra print earrings, a bow, a little, this isn't gold, this is, I can feel it, it's too light and tinny, but it's an interesting bit of chain to put on something. We got, oh dear, what have we got here? Oh, we got more dolphins on like plasticky stuff. It's not leather, but lots of little dolphin beads that I can use. So that I can take it apart, take the dolphins off, use those. What's this? That's I think it's a G, possibly. Somebody called G had this on their arm. Who knows? Lots of odd earrings. We've got, oh, there's a pretty bracelet. And it's got stones missing, but that doesn't matter because I can take sections off. I think that's beautiful. Look at that glistening. Ooh. Oh, more cufflinks, green plastic, as you do. And we've got, you can see the amount of actual products you get from this. £2.50 for a bag of bits and pieces. Lots of pearls. Look at this. Just a little bit bent. I think it's one of those neck collars. I think I'm pretty beaten with that. I can't think of anything offhand I would do with it. I wonder if I could straighten it up and put some beads on it and make, I don't know, dangly, bookmarky type things, possibly. I don't know. I'll think about it. What's this? Oh, brats. And a little wooden dove. And another cufflink. Lots of odd cufflinks. Oh. A. It's an A cufflink. Oh, it's another one. No, that's why they're reduced or put in the bits and bobs bag. You see, the one of them is very messy. The other one's lovely and clean. Right. Got dangly earrings. Shirt stud, do you think? And, oh, another A. And, oh, look at that beautiful butterfly. I think originally it was a earring or a brooch or something. It was a bit big for a earring, isn't it? Unless you have very big ears. But imagine putting that on the front of a white or cream journal, or pink even. Another earring. And what's this? The ring. I can't think of any way really I could use rings. It's got some stones missing too. Perhaps on the end of a dangly thing. Round bracelets. And one earring. And one broken earring. Another ring with stones missing. A tie pin with an eagle on. Ooh. If you're into tie pins with eagles on, that's the one for you. And we've got more earrings. More cufflinks. More earrings. Oh, there's lots of danglies on that, but it's a little bit tarnished really, isn't it? I don't know if I'd bother to clean that up or not. I possibly wouldn't use that. I'll think about it. M&S. And, so they're actually earrings then. So you put them in your ear. They hang like that. I think they look very nice in the journal though. A tie pin. Oh wow, look at that. That's really stylish, isn't it? Oh, I can't see a maker's mark on that, but that is really pretty. Very decorative. And this would go nicely on as a page mark, wouldn't it? A bookmark. Oh yes, look at that bookmark. Now we're talking. Ooh, very little effort at all. Instant bookmark. Well, hey. And we've got this, which is, again, very tarnished. With lots of bits of Cappy's shell on. I'm sure it was a bracelet. Aha, there you go, it's a bracelet. Oh, that would look good. Put on a piece. Like if you had a beach theme or something. I suppose you could always do that. No, it's a bit broken. I think I'll take all these off and use them to glue on, or I can hang them because they've all been drilled. Right, moving on. We've got lots of red beads. I like the closure. Don't they look like little bells? Lots of red wooden beads, I think they are. Fairly modern. You can tell by the type of closure. This type of closure, well, I've never known this as an older type of closure, this lobster claw. And the pieces I've ever had, they've always been modern. And we've got this, which again looks like a lobster claw, and it's got, it's got one of these with a little jewel in, but the jewel's gone, so there's not much left of that, is there? Nice bit of wire though, in case I need some wire. And we go this. Now this is probably going to be a vintage one because of that closure there. And I wonder if it's got a maker's mark on that. I can't see one. No, I don't think it's gold either because it's not marked. I wasn't expecting it to be gold. Not in a bag for £2.50. But I may be able to do something with that. Oh, there we got 2 square earrings. Very interesting. Not my style at all. And a little brooch with a diamondy sparkly bit in and some, oh, they could actually be natural pearls because they're so rough. Again, I can't see a maker's name on that, so I don't think it's anything particularly special. Oh, another tie-pin, which we now know we can use as bookmarks. Another earring. And another clip-on earring, which could be used as a bookmark, I suppose. There. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think they're any good as bookmarks, earrings? I think they may be a little bit cumbersome. Oh, I think we've got the other one of that somewhere. We got this one little sleeper, which, as far as I can see, doesn't have any marks on it, so it's just a cheap earring. And oh, I think we had the other one of these too. So we do have a pair of cufflinks. Can't think of any use for them at the moment. So that, ooh, it's very messy. Can you see all these bits on my desk? Let's move those, sorry about the noise, out of the way. And let's have a look at my last department, which is the miscellaneous department. Sounds weird, but sometimes they get piles of things and there's no sense to why they're there. And I got these Farmyard Cries cards, and look at these. Because the box is so tatty, because they're not all there, I got them for 50p. Now they can either be put in straight away as journal cards, or you can fancy them up a bit. You can cover the back and put bits on. You could use them as, if you glued the 3 sides there, you could use it as a tuck spot for something else. So I don't know if they would actually work as pockets because they're so thin, unless you had something very thin to put in there. But these, the images on these are absolutely wonderful. 50p. If you paid for a printable of something like this, you pay a lot more than 50p, and then you'd have to pay for the paper and the ink. So 50p. And even the box, I could cut this out if I wanted to. I won't, because look, they decided to helpfully stick sellotape all over it and they spoiled it. And I've got under here more from the miscellanea. We've got a map. And this is the map of London. How did that get in there? See, it's been in my paper pile. And you can use these bits of map to make pages or to take little sections out. Like if, for example, you were doing something that involved Kensington Gardens, you could find this bit and put this bit in, or Grosvenor Square, the Imperial College of Science and Technology. You can find lots of little bits on here that may actually be relevant. Oh, Primrose Hill. I've been to Primrose Hill. So that's a vintage map. Some postcards. And these are postcards that I got from the UK very cheaply because nobody wanted them. Even cheaper is if you can get these little like envelopes or packages with lots of postcards, and these ones of Ostend. They're actually joined together when they haven't been torn apart. If you don't like them, if you think they're a bit ugly, you can cover the front, or you may like some of the images and you can use those. And then this makes a lovely area for journaling on. And they usually come much cheaper than buying postcards. But I do have some here that I want to show you, just in case you think, oh, it's okay, you can get postcards in the UK, but not in the US. Somebody sent me these, and these are what they call linen postcards. They got like a linen texture. They're not made of linen, but they feel like linen. Look how wonderful and colourful they are. And on the back, we've got some messages. Now, if this was a really ugly postcard, just cover it over with some prettiness, but leave the original back in, and this one is from Santa. So we can put those over there, and I think that's it. Yes, we're done. All these wonderful things. Maps, postcards, stamps, laces, jewellery. What else have we got here? Fabrics. Bring some fabric in. And we've got some serviettes. And we've got some stamps. Oh, and I knew there was something else I wanted to show you. Bag of Christmas stamps. I had a huge bag of these stamps for £1. I've sorted out, these are just Christmas ones, I think. They're supposed to be sorted into just Christmas. Yep. No, they're not Christmas, are they? But I did a bad job of sorting. £1 for that's probably 1/10 of the stamps that I had for £1. Children's colouring books. You name it, if you go into a charity shop or a thrift store, you're probably going to find something that's very useful. So, I hope you've enjoyed this video and it's given you some ideas of how to find budget journaling materials. If you've enjoyed this video, then please give me a thumbs up and I'll see you all next time. But until then, don't forget, have fun. Bye.